the verdict. No, they didn't quickly do anything. I need people who have critical thinking. That's why I said I don't want any rattles. I want people with critical thinking. Rattles are saying, oh, you are jealous. Oh, you are doing this. Oh, let VDM do his own. VDM has no authority whatsoever to interview criminal witnesses and suspects. He's not trained as a journalist. He's not trained as an investigator, private investigator, and he's definitely not trained as a homicide investigator. Okay, private investigator, homicide investigator, and investigative journalist. He's neither of them. Like I said, he was creating content, and all of you are still arguing with me. There was a reason I was cautioning VDM. It was because of Friday, when the coroner inquest verdict comes, and that determines a lot of things. The coroner inquest verdict determines who's going to be prosecuted in criminal court, who's going to stay in jail, and who's going to stay for a little while. And that's what I was trying to caution him from, especially the testimony of spending. This case has not even started. Now, let me remove some people. Nobody's going to insult me on my live, okay? Abdurrahman Momo, sorry, you have to go. If I remove you in my live, I'm actually removing you from my page. All right, that one's gone. Next week, I will try and teach you some criminal law so that you can know how it works. Someone took all their stuff into a keke, and that person was a woman. Now, let me explain this to you. A woman entered a keke, and she put her stuff inside the keke. Everybody knows that keke doesn't have space, except if you put it in the back thing. There's no leg space self. She leaves the keke, she gets off at her stop, and she forgot all her stuff in the back. Whatever she was going through, she left all her stuff in the bag. What is the keke driver supposed to do? To drive back and see where she dropped the guy? To drive back and see where he dropped the woman? Or to just go ahead and keep her stuff? These are like tough decisions. I'm trying to illustrate something to you here. Me, knowing fully well that the 11th of July is going to be the coroner's inquest verdict. I told you guys 2 weeks ago that these people have not given us the toxicology test. Did I not say 2 weeks ago? Somebody type, okay? Chris Ortema, you said, Bobby Adeko, I'm not mom. I'm not mom. You guys are fucking stupid. I'm not your mom. Stop calling me these names. I don't like my mom. I don't like my sister. The people that call me sister, the people, start calling me my name. Kemi Olunloyo, you do that already. If you want to be respectful, all this African shit respect, then call me Dr. Olunloyo or Dr. Kemi. The Americans call me Dr. Kemi because they can't pronounce my name. I don't like this mom, sister, all this nonsense. Funke calls me Sister Kemi. She beats me up. She bruised my body. I don't like to hear that. You can't think. You can't reason. You can't do anything. Nobody knows the concept of how anything works. Chris Otema is saying VDM is not trained, but as far as he's not committed a crime, that's okay. It is not okay. VDM has screwed up this whole inquest. There's stuff going on that you guys don't see. Come on, joke on social media. Did you not see what that judge said? Social media influencers, creators, and all that. They turned it to a social media trial. Or you didn't read what the judge said. The judge said there was no foul play. There was foul play. The judge said the police did not act on the petition. Why? Because Mohbad did not show up. Everybody had that invitation to come and talk. I'm shouting because somebody was calling me mommy. I don't want that nonsense. Be professional. This is my office. You guys are very disrespectful. I sit down here giving you information. Look at my stars up there. No stars. Same thing on YouTube. When you don't donate, you don't help. I had to put $8,000 on this investigation. Then you now come with some crazy person that content creator. Did I not start this case with VDM? VDM was doing his own. I was doing my own. Why did VDM leave the case after 2 months? Can somebody ask me that question? Why did you leave the case after 2 months? You are buying that. I now have money. I have engagement. I have likes. He had all those things before. John Jazzy gave him 100 million. He left the case and he knows the reason why he left the case. It's what he was creating content. All the people that were creating content on Mohbad's case, Bukky Jesse is one of them. At one point, she got into my way and then she apologized. You need to know how people are making money off this case. If you live in the UK and US, you'll be rich on that Mohbad case. If I was inside the US, I'll be rich. Karima made a lot of money because TikTok is monetized in the US for views. Every day Karima was doing a video. Every day Bukky Jesse was doing a video. Those in the UK and the US are making money. If you take some of my most viral videos, one video I did during Mohbad, I said, yeah, but are you sleeping with this person? Are you sleeping with that person? That video hit 1.6 million. That's 4,000 pounds. I got zero for it because I'm not living in those countries. There's only 6 countries in the world that are monetized for views on TikTok. And you money, you are just doing the petty stuff that they're doing. They're giving you petty gifts and coins and all that. I don't have time for that. Those things don't pay my bill. That's why I don't go live. You need money to do investigations. And now you have seen it. Everybody has a donation portal. AP has a donation portal. Premium Time has a donation portal. With that money, you cannot investigate anything. You need people who are going to do the job for you. You are going to do emails. You are going to upload to 12 different platforms. You need Wi-Fi. You need mobile. You need this. You don't know how investigative journalism works. People are still in my DMs asking me to investigate this. It's not done free. You can't ask me to investigate shit. You bring your money, 20 million. I hope you know what $10,000 is in 2023. It was still at 768. Today, 1,600, double. My entire life savings were gone. And some people come on my page telling me that, why am I always begging online? Do you think I'm begging for my food? Or I'm begging for my bills? I have my money. It's just I don't have money to work. You guys are going to suffer a lot in Nigeria this year. People are going to die. Things are about to happen in Nigeria. The last time I told you that there's going to be a big terrorist event, did it not happen? Another thing is about to happen now, but I'm not telling you shit. I'm going to leave it to your government because you are so rude. You're so rude, so condescending, and no respect. Respect those that do the job. Not one journalist even touched this case. Have you said thank you? Listen to the voice of reason. Because of VDM's interview now, Sam Larry is back there. They have messed his rep up. Do you know what a rep is? The Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP. He said Sam Larry, Naira Marley and Prime Boy have no hand in Mohbad's death. He now said they're going to prosecute Spending and the nurse. Unfortunately, when the DPP told us in October that he's going to release the toxicology test, we asked him, did you not release it in May of 2024 through Cable NG exclusive? They paid Cable NG to give you a fake toxicology test. Did we not go to the lab? The Nigerians in America, did they not go to Pittsburgh and they were sent to another third-party lab? We caught them. No toxicology test went anywhere. But you told us in October that you're going to release in a few weeks. We were expecting it by November. 9 months, no toxicology test from America. How did you come about a verdict at the coroner inquest without a toxicology test, which should have been public? This is the kind of stuff Baba Mohbad should be asking, but the man is not educated enough to know his rights. He does not know his rights. Mora Oladele Oluwatosi, I'm going to remove you from my page. I need you to fucking fuck off. Stupid fool. Go and focus on your hookups and your lori buruku boboy. If you don't have the money, withdraw. Is that how journalism is done? A woman was getting killed in a train. Chinelo, Dr. Chinelo, a dentist. She was getting killed in the train. The whole of Nigeria was calling me. How many cases have I done that I didn't have money and I used my own money? You bastards. Do you know what it is to waste 11 years of my life to come to that country? The wife of a photographer, the wife of a singer said a pastor raped her when she was young. It never happened. The same old shit. Nigerians will gang up and start abusing the journalists. Busola Dakolo was not raped by Fatou Igbo. I was the only one that solved that case and the only one that investigated. I worked alongside Abuja police. They raided that pastor's house, everything. At the end of the day, Busola lied. You be poking your nose in what does not concern you. The judge fined her 1 million naira. She now fled to the UK, went to file asylum that she was a rape victim. They gave her asylum and she lives in the UK with her children now. And Timi Dakolo goes up and down. At the end of the day, it's the same bullshit. Or money, you ganged up. You released my phone number. You released my address, everything. Was I not vindicated after 2 years? The coroner inquest said the father was negligent. If I want to sue that father, I will sue it. Oh, former Shogo, Ejokobe, and will be your day. Oromani is a politician now in Delta State. His wife sat down making a video. But when you praise Yahweh on Insta blog, anyone that has anything to do with the killing of my son, God will remove their life. God will, Mrs. Oromoni, Annabella, Mrs. Oromoni was cursing herself. She did not know. She was aware. She was not aware that she was cursing herself. Anyone that has anything to do with it, she didn't know she was the one that had something to do with her son's death. She and her husband. That child had a football injury. He was not treated. His liver enlarged. He had sepsis. He died. All that time, the man was filming him and putting him on social media and lying on other children. Oh, Baya Amaye, 2 of those children went with paroxysms. If you don't know what paroxysms is, go and Google it. Stop joining the bandwagon of fools. I don't care who VDM is. I used to like him because he's bold. Everything VDM do, I do it better. I'm the boldest person in Nigeria. People are scared of me. Go and see what Farika Ede wrote when he was still a human being, at least. It's because they're scared of me that they won't even give me a job. Was it not because my father was scared of me that he went around and told people that own media houses not to hire me? Is that not fair? Because of what I could write. The moment I saw Spending, talking about the pharmacy, how he went to buy drugs, how Ade West went with him, the moment he said that, I knew they were going to exonerate Spending. You think these guys are not watching? The judge was watching. Everybody in that case was watching. And automatically, Spending is no longer on the DPP's list. Spending and the nurse is who the DPP wants to prosecute. Now, Spending is luckily gone. By Spending being gone now, at the inquest, they're going to prosecute the nurse only. By Spending being gone, Spending is happy and is there praying to God to thank God. But he just fucked up Mohbad's case. VDM should never have interviewed Spending because now, Mohbad can't get justice. Spending is needed in that case. Have you seen what the nurse wrote? Can you guys type yes or no? I want to know if anybody has seen what the nurse wrote on her page. I'm not giving you her page because all you do is go and bully her and all that. I don't want to be the one giving you that. But I've been following everything she's writing. Have you guys seen what she wrote on her page? She says she's not going down alone. Do you know what that means? If you don't like my language, Harry, I know. Follow me, please. Follow me fast. I said I don't want rattles or any stupid people here. I can shout if I want. It's my page. Don't tell me how to run my fucking page. Or don't fucking tell me how to run my page. I can't stand many of you. A dump. A daft, Baje. I got up at 19 years, so I went to America by myself. I funded my education and everything. I'm a politician. No, I'm a politician. Why are you deaf and dumb when my father came on Twitter Spaces Live in 2021 and said he didn't send me to America? Things you can do yourself, but nobody taught you. You don't research, you don't do anything. You sit down on the internet every day. Can you help me get a job? Who is getting you a job in America? You will sit in your house and you owe bills, and before you know it, you are homeless. You get out and look for a job. Politicians are returning all their children home now. They're coming home to the National Assembly. You are there voting for them. When are you going to have brains? A bunch of thieves, recycled leaders, they want to form a party. You are running up and down, you're jumping up and down. They formed their party, ADC. They are not even tell us what they're going to do. If you want to beat Tinubu, you better be the lesser evil. All of them gang together. I'm not telling anybody who to vote for. I didn't vote last time. But you should listen to the voice of reason. Many of you have no brains to really process it. I'm teaching you criminal law for free. I did PR for you for free. I do so many write-ups. Those write-ups are taking me too many hours. I will do a single write-up. It's taking me 90 minutes. Because I have critical thinking. I'm thinking critically. All of you, you don't use any critical thinking. You go and be using ChatGPT for everything. Spending is not going to be tried, according to the inquest judge. Now, the DPP can go around and say, no, he has to be charged. But the verdict has been given. The reason why Spending is needed there, and that is why I was angry at VDM. Because what that boy said out of his mouth, how they went to the pharmacy, what they bought, and everything. He will be needed in that court case because the nurse's lawyer will subpoena Spending. And when they subpoena him, that's the time you'll see he has traveled out of the country. He's a DJ, isn't he? By the time he's traveled out of the country, the nurse will have to testify alone. The nurse will get 3 years in prison. Okay, I'm never wrong. I was not wrong on Hush Puppy. I was not wrong on any of the criminals that I did. Even Mona, 1 year, I told you. The nurse will get 3 years or 8 million naira fine or 5 million naira fine or something. She will pay the fine and she'll go home. Everybody will go home and no justice for Mohbad. Emma act like fools. Emma act like idiots. And praise VDM. VDM in darkest rule. Do you know why I need Spending in that courtroom? Do you know why I need them to try Spending? Because Spending went to the drugstore to buy the medicine for a dead person. And I will keep saying it. Mohbad was already fucking dead. The mistake that STR0YED did was that STR0YED helped them play dead. Have I not given you the example before? When I was in Port Harcourt prison, November of 2017, I was there for 3 months, the last 3 months that I was there. 6 months, 1 day, and another 3 months. But that last 3 months, November of 2017, there was a girl in the prison called Becky. Becky was very big and very fat, and she was pregnant in the prison. She was in the prison for oil bunkering. Okay, they steal oil, the bunkering and all that. And she had a lot of money. She was a rich woman. However, she was pregnant. And one morning she fainted. They had not opened our cells yet, so everybody was in their cells. And the cell, 2 girls were screaming, yelling, screaming. And they had to go and get the keys in the front. When they now opened the cell, Becky was like literally in a coma. They now put her in the hallway where the wardresses sit, outside. And they were fanning her. One of the wardresses called me and whispered to my ears that the nurse is on her way. This is like 6:30 in the morning, and all the inmates were out in the yard. When the nurse got there, the nurse put the stethoscope on and everything. And the prison people knew that I wasn't just a journalist. I was also a pharmacist. When they come and give us medicines from all the drug companies that do the health fairs, I'm the one that educates the inmates. So this nurse came to me, and she whispers in my ear that she's dead. I didn't want to make any expressions. The nurse in the prison told me to play along. I went to Becky's hand, and there was no pulse. She was dead. So that there won't be a riot. You don't know how prison is. Listen to voices of reason. There are places you have not been to, or things you have not done that I must teach you. Okay? I'm not tired. You need to fuck off. I will block you. Don't tell madam, calm down. You're not talking to yourself. Okay? Because a lot of you, your brains are so tiny and you can't process stuff. You're angering me. Who is VDM? Who is VDM? I've done more for VDM than he has done for anybody. How many times did they arrest him? 4 or 5 times. Did I advocate for him? Yes. Did he say thank you one time? No. Do you think I'm advocating for him because I need some attention from him? This is the nonsense some of you are writing. When VDM was arrested during the Bobrisky case, how many videos did I do? 18 videos for one person. On TikTok, where I'm not even making money. Do you know what they call passion? Some of you are fools. Do you know what they call passion? When you go all out for somebody, when you know that the people that arrested him are frustrating everybody else. EFCC, I did videos. It's the same exact thing I did for Naira Marley when EFCC arrested Naira Marley in 2019. The 30 days of advocating that I did for Naira Marley, I was even talking to Naira Marley's lawyers and all that. When that boy came out of that EFCC prison, in the car, when they went live, he mentioned my name. I said, who is Kemi Olun lawyer? They said she really fought for me. And Daddy Shoki. We were the only 2 that fought for him. Daddy Shoki and Kemi lawyer. The whole industry kept quiet. That's how it normally is now. All that stuff I said to Segun Agbaje in the GT videos that I did and messaging, you think I just have time? Eh? He now went and did one stupid list of everybody that fought for him. He was taking people one by one, but he never mentioned my name. You think I was silent? I was watching. That's life for you. Everybody must fight for themselves. Don't advocate for anybody. Then I see people coming telling me he has a bigger platform. Is this, is that. My voice is bigger than VDM's voice. What makes me different when I walk into somewhere in Nigeria? I'm an investigative journalist. Nobody wants to be investigated. Now, spending must be subpoenaed by that nurse's lawyer because the nurse got herself into trouble because she too did the dead thing. Okay? So in Port Harcourt prison, when we knew Becky was dead, the inmates were surrounding the place. Everybody nervous. We're talking about 45 inmates. And I'm in the front with the nurse. Okay? The doctor arrived. So now we have 2 people with stethoscopes and a pharmacist who is an inmate. And I'm not supposed to say anything. We carried Becky inside the ambulance. The girls all carried her and everybody because she's big and fat. And they drove her away. None of those girls knew Becky was dead. I'm the only one that knew. And I was not supposed to say anything. At 9 a.m. when they opened our cells, that's when the controller came and called everybody to the yard that we have an announcement. And that's when they announced that Becky was dead. People were tearing up things. They were mad. They were angry. So that is what you have to do to calm people down. STR0YED did not come from Cotonou. One of the biggest fucking lies in this case. She did not come from Cotonou. Solomon, you need to shut the fuck up. Chioma Adeleke has no womb. She had an abortion 3 times because she was trying to have baby boys. She kept having girls. Okay? Don't distract me. I know everything about everybody. And the child they had, Ifeanyi, was a girl. And that child was killed after a failed drug deal. You go to Banana Island Estate office, they will tell you there was no drowning in the estate. I have to remove you. You're a fucking fool. I know everything about everybody. All I need is your name. The hardest word for you to know in Nigeria is thank you and sorry. If Davido said sorry to me because of the nonsense he said, if somebody's reporting entertainment news, gossip news, celebrity news, and you step on their toes, they will expose you more. Now, VDM compromised the case. Yakubu, don't fucking argue with me, okay? Anybody that argues is out of my page, okay? Do you hear me? I don't entertain lies on my page. If you want to know how you compromise it, you listen. The judge said it clearly. Social media influencers, creators, they turned it into a ridicule. Feisha Yegedengbe never came from any Cotonou. Mohbad was fighting his wife all the way to the top of the steps. In the middle of the fight, it got violent. The railing broke. Karimo said all that. We're past that stage. And he stabbed Mohbad in the neck. He started bleeding heavily. They put him in a room. She called Iyabo Joe. All that nonsense that VDM is doing. I don't have time for it. Iyabo Joe paid Instablog. Okay, VDM is not going to tell you because he's friends with Iyabo Joe now. Iyabo came to their house that night. How many people do you think live in there? 15. I spoke to 4. VDM is a content creator. He's creating content and making at least $3,000 every month on his page for those kind of views and those kind of comments and everything. When they called him an activist, he said he's not an activist, he's an online police. When he wore police uniform, they arrested him because he was impersonating police. Now you want to impersonate homicide officers, investigative journalists, and all that. You can't be everything. One day, you are not going to see me again. And I mean it, on social media. I have my own goals, so I'm not sitting on social media for you. I don't work on social media anymore. I post what I like now. It's my personal page. Now, if you want to know how I compromise the case, there's something in that case that you guys don't know. When they called Feisha Yegedengbe, the auxiliary nurse, she wasn't coming from any Cotonou. She was inside Nigeria. She was actually coming from Ekpe. If you know where Ekpe is, you don't call a nurse in Cotonou to be coming to Nigeria. In the evening, when Feisha entered, the neighbors of Mohbad were outside crying. I spoke to many people in that case, 4 inside, 2 outside. The crowd was outside. People were crying. Mohbad was already dead. Feisha knew that Mohbad was dead, but to calm everything down and all the crowds in the house, she played what I played at the prison. She did exactly what I did in the prison. They played as if Mohbad was still alive. Can you not see the conflict of interest? When Adura said I was making some Indomie on the 12th, I thought the Indomie was on the 11th. Did I not tell you last year that Mohbad died at 9/11, not 9/12? I was in Ghana when Mohbad died. I went for my birthday in that August. And I videotaped my birthday live. I did live from the beach, everything. And I was going to be in Ghana for a month. Mulo empty book accounts me. I even had to show you photographs of the US dollars and the Ghanaian money and all that. You all thought I was joking, eh? Do you guys understand what I just explained to you now? Spending and the nurse should have walked out of that inquest today as charged. And I think the DPP might change all that because Spending needs to testify that he went to the pharmacy. They sent him to buy X, Y, and Z drugs. Ade West was with him. Ade West's face was swollen inside the car, meaning that he too got punches from Mohbad. I want to tell that every single person that VDM interviewed, I won't tell you which ones. 2 of them, aside from Prime Boy, 2 of them I already talked to. I didn't interview them, but they gave me information. And I protected the source. They are the source. I can't tell you which 2. But what they told me is different from what they're telling VDM. You see the problem here? What they're telling me is the correct version, and they're lying to VDM. Spending, on the other hand, should not be telling us what he went to do in the pharmacy, what he purchased. No, that's for the courtroom. Because if they want to really lock people up, they will lock Spending up based on the fact that he went to buy the medicines for them. But he can walk if he finds out that the person that went to buy medicine for is even dead. She needs to be there. Spending needs to be there in that courtroom to testify that it was a dead body that he went to buy medicine for. Now with this girl, this Felicia, your nurse, posting on her page that I'm not going down alone. Do you know what that means, guys? Do you know what that means? I'm not going down alone. The nurse says she's not going down alone, meaning that she is going to go and testify that Wunmi called her to come and treat a dead body. Why would you call a nurse to your house to come and treat somebody? Mohbad is scared that they will attack him in the hospital. Who's attacking him in the hospital? Naira Marley Abi. Were they in the country? Mohbad died in the house. And he was already dead on the 11th. On their way to Perez or their way from Perez, Mohbad's carotid muscle moved inside that car. The carotid artery is on either side of the neck. He had a stab wound on his neck from that railing. If you look at the video in the car, his neck muscle moved. So they quickly turned off the camera. Do you remember that? They quickly turned off the camera. And that's just a voluntary movement. Why? If you kill a cow, the meat still moves now inside the place where you cut all the meat. It's a reflex reaction from muscle. So they quickly turned off the camera. I think he was alive. But they were crying when they showed it. All of them have swollen faces. Look at the driver begging VDM for money. Oh, these are people that are supposed to be in the criminal case. I wasn't too concerned about the inquest case. I was concerned about the criminal case. Now, with Spending, telling VDM everything he told VDM, the case has been compromised. Now that everybody knows that Spending went to the pharmacy, Adewale went to the pharmacy, all this going to the pharmacy, and there was a dead body, and the nurse is saying, I'm not going down alone. And Wunmi's mother is also posting that if anybody tries to prosecute her daughter, many prominent Nigerians are going down. Did you hear what I said? I'm not ready to tell you Wunmi's mother's name yet. You'll see it in my book. And that one is done. Now, Sam Larry, the inquest judge, said Sam Larry and Naira Marley bullied Mohbad and that they should look forward. He recommended that they should look into that petition that Mohbad made against them. Did it contribute to his death? The judge said no, but they should look into it. According to Prime Boy, he told me on a live video when I interviewed him that they all went to eat amala after. I found that hard to believe because I saw Sam Larry with a stick in his hand. But Prime Boy told me they all went to eat amala later. Sam Larry told VDM we all went to eat later. But that petition he filed, don't be blindsided. It was a petition that Sam Larry and Naira Marley bullied him. And that petition was for the bullying that went on at their house. Remember when he went to the house to come and get his stuff and said he wanted to change his manager? That's when that happened. So, technically, Sam Larry didn't bully him. Now, Wunmi, the judge slammed Wunmi in the courtroom, saying that she had no business keeping Mohbad inside the house instead of rushing him to the hospital. That she should never do anything like that in her life again. She cited Wunmi. I don't know if she got any fines or anything, but she cited Wunmi for that. The main thing missing in this case is causation. I've told you to go and Google it. Causation, and I gave you a link. Causation in criminal law is how something happens to you. Did it cause your death? I've given you many, many examples. Let me give you another example that you might possibly understand. Romeville Saint. It's a case I did in New York. It was at the same time as the Oromoni case. When I left the Oromoni case, I went to the Ville Saint case. 12-year-old boy in his school, always bullied by his peers. Every time he's bullied. So one day he came to school and the bully came in front of him and told Romy, R-O-M-Y. You can Google these things. Romy, R-O-M-Y, Vilsaint, V-I-L, and then Saint, S-A-I-N-T. You can Google them. Romy Vilsaint was 12 years old. He now came to school and one of his bullies said, give me your lunch money, which was $5. Okay. And Romy stood up to the bully and said, I dare you punch me in the head, because if you do, I'll give you my lunch money. The guy punched Romy in the head. The other boy punched Romy in the head. Romy fell. He managed to get up, gave the guy his money, bet his lunch money, didn't eat that day in school, and then went home, just like any other kid. He died in his sleep. When he died in his sleep, I want you guys to go and read Romy Vilsaint. Next week, we're going to do criminal law. I'm going to show you the 17 murder cases I solved in Canada and US. Okay? Now, Romy Vilsaint died. When they took him to the mortuary for autopsy, his mother blamed the school and said he has been bullied for a long time and the school didn't handle it. Now my son is dead. When the autopsy came out, Romy did not die of a blunt force trauma. Because of the way he was punched in the forehead, we thought it would be blunt force trauma. It wasn't. Guess what killed this boy? A peptic ulcer killed him. Romy had a peptic ulcer, and bacteria got into it, and the bacteria is called H. pylori. Helicobacter pylori. It can be very deadly if it's not treated. So Romy got this, H. pylori in his stomach, and then he tore up his stomach wall and he died on the same day that boy punched him. Let me take you a little bit fast forward. The family was settled with New York State. I mean, it's in New York State, city of New York. The city settled with them for you can look it up, 3 million or 2 million. What ridiculous amount, Sha. Okay? So, who is this person? Hold on, let me block somebody here. Look at you blindly following VDM. VDM fucked up the case. In America, you'll be arrested for contempt. Is it contempt? No, there was no gag order. Nobody must abuse me. I don't have time for you. Should I continue Vilsaint's case? Okay, so Romy died of peptic ulcer. What killed Romy? His parents said the blow that he gave him on the head. The autopsy said peptic ulcer. That is what they call causation in criminal law. Causation. What caused him to die? Do you understand what I'm saying? There's another case where a young man, his mother was 89 years old. She's old. She has congestive heart failure. And she also has cancer. So she's in pain, she's old, she's going through a lot. But his job is to make her comfortable. My mom is 89, but at least make her comfortable. So one day, he decided that he wanted to poison his mom, to take her out of the misery and let her just go and rest with the Lord. So he poisoned her food. The woman ate food, everything. The next morning, she had a heart attack. When she had that heart attack, the autopsy showed that she had a problem with her valve. And then the autopsy also showed there was poison in her blood. And it's poison that somebody puts there. They now arrested the son. But when they determined what the poison was, okay, they determined in the autopsy that it wasn't even the poison that killed her. A defective heart valve killed her. That's what they call causation in criminal law. So now, should we prosecute our son? So the causation effect is Wunmi attacked Mohbad. Mohbad had a bad injury. After another bad injury, Wunmi goes on a rise and everybody, TVC, is saying, oh, it's just a small cut. The cut on his hand is what Wunmi is promoting everywhere instead of the real accident. You know what I'm saying that happened? There's a causation factor here and they didn't factor it in. Mohbad died of a drug interaction, had anaphylaxis and died. Secondary to what? What made him die? Secondary to what? You want to blame it on drugs and everything. No. She died. Mohbad died secondary to his wife fighting him in a petty fight that turned deadly. So that's how it works with causation. And I really think they should apply causation to Wumi's own. Very, very important. Any questions for me, guys? I'm sleepy. You guys are going to bed. We have woken up here. I'm just visiting where I am, 4 hours ahead of Nigeria. Any questions for me? What's your take on the NGLA hitting their eyeborn? What's this? Mohbad was never arrested by the NGLA. I've told you that. That girl lied. I even saw the memo that the NGLA sent to me. I was the only journalist. And if you don't like it, don't like it. Some people say, why are you always saying the only journalist? You see any other journalist doing what I'm doing? I was the one that investigated the NGLA case. I worked for the NGLA as a volunteer. The very next day, I went on Cool FM. When they now invited the NGLA, police invited the NGLA saying that they need an account of what Mohbad was talking about and everything. He was never arrested and they did not use any gun to hit him on the head. Okay? Wumi was the one that was trying to hit the NGLA officer. And then she fled. Mohbad and Wumi fled that night. That girl was lying. Yeah, lying. Any other questions? No, not cause and effect. Abia, Zia, Malia. Causative. Causation, not cause and effect. Causation, what really caused it? Max Bua, I don't know what you're talking about. So he said, if not for causation act. It's not an act, it's a law. It's a term used in law. Causation. Who is this person? Olaniwaju, I don't do live videos. And when I do them, it's audio only. That's why you're seeing dark. You guys are daft, sha. Ordinary things you don't know. Ordinary things, look at it. You're all conversing because it's dark. It's dark because I'm doing an audio. Oh, I don't like when people are not intelligent. What is this demonstration? Angwumi, isn't that preemptive? I don't know about Angwumi. You are not going to get justice for Mohbad. That case is over. Okay, I'm really glad that the verdict came out today. I didn't want VDM to go on with any stupid interviews. Okay, any interview. Do you know whether he has a new video out? I don't really follow him anymore. I don't follow anybody anymore. You know, you can't get any justice from Mohbad. It's done. Everything is done. That's why I was cautioning him not to interview anybody. Those guys, they were like, I don't know how you don't know these things. The verdict for the inquest was coming out on the 11th. On the 11th, none of you knew. And VDM started interviewing people as early as the 4th or 5th. Any questions? A lot of... Somebody has gotten causative law. Okay, so causative law, Nigerian, what's it called? Nigerian lawyers need to really put that in. They need to factor that. You know? Abraham Zerubbabel, you are welcome. He said, I've really learned a lot from you. The way things are done, you can't call yourself a content creator and now start investigating what? Okay, you are not certified for that. Everybody can sit down in their parlor with their table and say they're doing something. No. Any questions? If not for the act, I have a LLB law. I know what causation. Okay, maybe that's the name you guys call it, Max. But why are they not using it in Nigeria? Fulayo Koka Jala says, VDM scattered the investigation the moment he met with Iyabo Ojo. You are not happy with all of this. But then you guys don't know why he met with Iyabo Ojo. Did you watch my video? VDM didn't just go and meet with Iyabo Ojo. Some of you are saying Iyabo met with him. Some of you are saying he met with Iyabo Ojo. That is what is called mediation in law. Iyabo sued VDM for saying that they had threesome with Naira Marley and Priscilla. Okay? So, that being said, the lawsuit that Iyabo filed against VDM was this week. Okay? That's why they don't like to prosecute these cases. They want people to be friends. So the courts in Nigeria will say you should go into mediation. When you go into mediation, you are bringing your outfit. Okay? The Indians are wearing their own, the Turkish are wearing their own, and Nigerians too should be wearing their own. Anyway, at the end of the day, Sha, I don't know. I'm just tired. Everybody has their laws. Every country has their laws. So Fulaya is not like VDM scattered. It's not like they went to meet for any friendship. You know, one of my very long-term followers here, for that praise, I blocked her tonight, and she'll be shocked. She's always nice. She's always decent. When I say I'm removing people, she said, please don't remove me. I'm one of your best friends. She is a good fan, but I removed her tonight. You know why I removed her? You only have to do one tiny thing to annoy me. She said, Kemi, stop it. You are working for Iyabo Ojo. Can you imagine this stupid thing? I'm working for Iyabo Ojo because I said that some thugs held a picture with Iyabo on it. You know what they can do to her in that Lagos? So now I'm working for Iyabo Ojo. Then Iyabo Ojo fans, stop coming at me with your dumb brains, okay? If I give Iyabo advice against a fire, that doesn't mean I like her. That doesn't mean I'm friends with her, okay? If I tell her I'm sorry for mocking her dead mom and saying her daughter will remarry or something, okay? I just don't like the way she comes at my children. Iyabo came at my children first, and she has done it before. Writing open letter for them to come and beg her for money for my medicine and what the fuck do you guys think I am? Like I don't have money in my bank account, Abby. I'm not rich, okay? But when I ask you for money, it's usually to do my work. When a journalist is working 16 hours, I worked 11 years in Nigeria without a salary. Can you work without a salary? Most of you cannot. Most of you cannot work in Nigeria without a salary. I worked without a salary for 11 years. How do you think I pay my salary? Through the same money that I put towards my investigations. I'm not serious. So that's why you never see anybody solving any cases there. So that's the explanation for that one. Kwame, the drug interaction and the anaphylactic shock, you know, that caused the death or a stab wound to the neck. The moment that thing hits Mohbad's neck, a lot of damage was done in the system. Mohbad had died before any nurse came to that house. You know what I mean? Who is NDL? Do you think NDL would tell the truth? Who is that? I don't know who that is. So Dr. Kemi, from your investigation, do you mean to say that Spending and the nurse could be found guilty while Wunmi will be free? Wunmi is already free. You are not focused. You are watching VDM create content. Has VDM mentioned Wunmi at all? No. He's still dragging that content creation. Who paid Instablog? Instablog cannot tell you who's paying for adverts. That's privacy laws. Okay? They can tell you who owns an account and what the account posted, but they can't tell you who paid for an account. And you can't subpoena it. You're in America too, to say the least. So, at the end of the day, I didn't want him interviewing any more people. Okay, guys, any more questions? Chino, so what you said about Wunmi is free because she was not indicted by the coroner inquest, and the director of public prosecution did not indict her either. So that's why we have been mad earlier before this inquest finished. Wunmi is a big suspect in the case because she was fighting Mohbad inside the house. This is the reason why they removed the CC camera. They didn't go to the hospital. They were trying to treat him in a bed. He was already dead. They lied that they called a nurse from Cotonou. Nobody came from Cotonou. That nurse came from Badagry, one of those places I know. You know, so they can't. She's not part of the case. This is why I don't know what VDM is doing. If you can't get down to the right thing, you know what I mean? No. And then with this Iyabo mediation, it's a conflict of interest. I mentioned that last night. Okay, you shouldn't be doing that case if it's made up with Iyabo. You know what I mean? There's no way to get justice from Mohbad, though. I'm not part of justice from Mohbad. I hope you all know that. I'm not part of the activism cause. I'm a journalist. At least I was a journalist. Journalists don't get into those things. Okay, activists do those justice stuff. I had my own hashtag, and it's called IJ Mohbad. I wanted to interview and find out why he was killed and everything. And I did everything. You know, you can't take a case outside the country to get proper justice. What kind of nonsense is that? You have a brain now. You know Nigerian Victor Okoro. What kind of brain you have? You are taking your case to another country. For what? Do they know you there? Is that where it happened? I beg you guys, some of this stuff is not even law. This is common sense. How can you take your case to another country? Don't let me make you look funny. All those demonstrations hang with me. Where are they demonstrating? Who's demonstrating? You're not going to get justice. Don't force it, okay? And stop supporting this nonsense VDM is doing. You will know that VDM is really stupid when it continues his investigation. I hope he's not continuing any nonsense, okay? He's already damaged half of it. Because I wish he did not. Everyone interviewed. Sam Larry was the best one because Sam Larry now put out that audio of Zlatan, okay? That audio was very, very good. There's no point even interviewing Zlatan or Bella Shmurda anymore. Zlatan, Bella Shmurda, Yabojo, all those people obstructed justice. They knew what was going on, they didn't tell. Darusha, Adura, every last one of them obstructed justice. They didn't talk about what happened. 14 people in the house. Did you not see my interview with Mr. Loba? The interview I did with Mohbad's father last year. Did you not see that interview? 14, 15 people in the house and nobody can talk the truth because they knew that if Mohbad was rushed to a hospital, police would get involved right away. So they kept him in the house. He died in the house. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Wait, I'm trying to see all these comments that are not. Comments are repeating themselves. Adura, Mohbad's brother, is that the one that sent a message to Yomi trying to sell a clip, trying to sell a clip of what happened? Who was president in the house hasn't spoken out on what happened. Most of them are not going to speak out. They're not going to speak out. They're not going to keep quiet. Sheikh Kubana Chief Priest has speak out. And focus Lori Adura. Has Kubana Chief Priest spoken out? And Soso Berekon. Who did the show? Have they? Is this an audio live? No, it's not. It's a video live. Guys, stop forcing conversation. I really hate stupid people. Okay, you know what it is to be daft? Go and Google daft. People are just silly. You're asking if something's an audio. Do you see my face? I don't even do live again. I was the first Nigerian on Facebook Live because nobody could go live unless you are verified. Okay, 7 Nigerians were verified on Facebook. Facebook started verification in 2013 and they only verified 7 people. Out of those 7, I'm the only one that went live. You couldn't go live unless you were verified. It's something called Facebook Mentions. It's the Facebook logo, but a darker blue, Facebook Mentions. If you type in Facebook Mentions in your search, you will see the page for Facebook Mention. It's defunct now. It hasn't no post on it since 2014 or something. But people started complaining. I remember then, Americans, they started complaining, why is it only celebrities and public figures that can talk to their fans live, Let's see, 6 months later, they now rolled it out for everybody. And the rest is history. Yes, I was the first to do a live video, August of 2013. And it used to be me, Dwayne The Rock, I don't know one more person, but Nigeria's verified accounts were Don Jazzy, Whiskey, David Obrana, myself, Pastor Adeboye, Omotola Dalari Kende, and one more person. Anyway, that was that. So let's summarize this live. What I just want to tell you now is VDM is not getting everything to light. VDM is done, okay? There's nothing VDM can do anymore, okay? If VDM even tries to make another video about this case, that video should be about what he thinks about the inquest. No one's interviewing anybody, okay? It's all over. Gold Williams, that's a fake name. We're going to remove a lot of fake names this week. You are just paying because VDM didn't notice you. I don't want him to notice me. I beg, fuck off. I really don't want him to notice me, please. I just wanted him to say thank you, okay? It's not every day you fight for people. I don't fight for activists. It's not every day I do that. I'm supposed to be fighting for people that are voiceless, okay? But when activists are arrested, I stand up for them because my voice is very, very powerful, okay? You useless people. You're supposed to be supporting that stuff. The reason VDM did not thank me is because VDM is the same thing as Mohbad, Davido. He's Davido's friend. If you know what happened between me and VDM, on the very first day VDM went live with Davido, go back to look at that video. You will know why he doesn't talk to me. Some people like Davido to the point that they don't give a shit. That's what happened with Mohbad now. That's why Mohbad never liked me. That's why Mohbad ran around the industry telling people not to work with my son. Is this not the same Mohbad that I was investigating his case? What if I didn't investigate Mohbad's case? You all open your fucking dirty mouths and be talking nonsense. When they arrested Showore, who stood up for Showore? When Showore was arrested in 2019 by Buhari government, who stood up for Showore? Every day, a different video. When Naimali was arrested by the FCC, who stood up for him? When Femi Fani-Kayode was arrested by the FCC, who stood up for him? I'm tired of standing up for anybody. You all leave me alone and go and do your fucking shit. You'll be talking nonsense. I don't have anybody's time. Facebook has shadow banned me for life for 1 year. Somebody was saying it to me today. Say, what did you do? What didn't I do? Because the technology detected I called somebody a killer. That the prisoner told me you must never use the word kill. But they never censored me anyway. I was one of the first of this app. Because I call Yabo daughter coconut head. Something I call Rihanna all the time. So they think, they whatever, the technology. I used to get live ads now. VDM. One day there won't be any VDM to be saving your lives anymore. Don't go and start. You better go and start working on how you're going to change your lives. There is no fucking fourth arm of the government, okay? Stop using everything for cruise. The government has 3 arms. You must fight those 3 arms. Executive, legislative, and judicial. Okay? Don't say it has 4 arms. There's no 4th arm. Rattles, you guys are VDM's fan. That's your own. Okay? You must be serious with your life. Okay? Who is VDM investigating murder case? He can't investigate anything. Nigerians fell for that nonsense. I'm going, it's probably like almost 6, 7 a.m. here. I want to go back to bed. You guys should be asleep. Any more questions, guys? So let me round up for you, okay? VDMs, I'm really glad that the inquest came out with the verdict today. It kind of cuts what VDM is doing. Nobody needs VDM's interviews, really. Okay, they can't even admit my own. You want to admit VDMs. What makes him special? The fact is that somebody is protecting Wunmi and the person is friends with her mom. And she's not going to be prosecuted for anything. And that's the rest of it. I mean, really, I can't begin to tell you anything else, you know? When is the trial? I don't know. But when that trial comes, it'll be a frenzy outside. A frenzy as in crowd and everything. But then it wasn't with the girl, her husband. Her husband, what's her name, Seth? This woman, what's her name? Okay, you know the nurse, H.I. Ogedengbe. Do you know her mom? Have you guys seen her mom on videos? She does a lot of videos. Her mom said, my daughter did not do anything wrong that night. And if you really look at the combination of medicines that girl put together, she was actually a good nurse. She saw a stab wound on somebody's neck. She bought ceftriaxone, sodium chloride. She bought dextrose 5%, everything she would mix the drugs with into an IV and everything. But she was dealing with a dead body. For Wunmi, our own is going to be karma on the streets. That's what's going to happen to our own. If I your for thank you, you know. Who are rat cells exactly? They say they're the most susceptible ever. Who exactly are they? Better go and mind your own life instead of be running after somebody. I thank you guys for listening. We'll hear more tomorrow. I want to hear the opinion of Mockery on the Mohbad case, Mockery and all that, other people on what they think. I'm done with this investigation. Good night to everybody in Nigeria. I think it's night over there now, right? Oh, wait. Is it possible for the nurse to spill the truth now? She's being prosecuted because he was down in fear no fall. I don't think she can. I'm thinking, can she really point anything out? It really depends. It really, really depends, I would just say she should lay low and don't do any. I was scared that video will be bringing that nurse to come and do interview. Don't do interview with anybody. Many of you don't know anything about criminal law. You will know next week when I teach you. On this, you are paying because VDM didn't notice you. The Fertil said, I'm reading messages on another platform. An educated and information session. What time is it in Nigeria? 1:34. It's 5:34 here. I'm not in Dubai. I've never been there, and I'm not even in Qatar now. You have to look at Greenwich Meridian time. I've never told anybody where I am. I don't want anyone to know where I am. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell you a story on Kemi Talk's life. It's one of the worst stories. Have you heard the worst about my father and the atrocities that he committed? Don't support my father. Don't tell me that I didn't go to the funeral. You don't know people's families. Keep them away from you. Let people talk about their trauma. Let them heal. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell you about how my father organized 14 thugs to kidnap me. And they kidnapped me and they removed me from the house like half naked. You will see how this man dehumanized me. You know, I can never, ever mourn that guy. I'm so glad my father died and gone. What hurt me most is the fact that he was 89.9. People like that should not even reach 90. They should have died a long time ago. That kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Why are you asking me for updates on Tinubu and the country? That doesn't concern me. I don't live in Nigeria. I don't give a fuck about Nigeria. Nigeria did nothing for me. So I really, you did Dublin, they mumu your life. Christopher Wallace, I'm not in Dublin. I've never been to Ireland. Why don't you shut the fuck up? Okay? How can I be in Dublin? I've never been to Ireland. You can't know where I am. There's no knowing where I am. Okay? Somebody saw me in Canada. Somebody saw me in Ghana. Somebody saw me in Africa, Ivory Coast. Somebody saw me in America. You see me all over the world. That's nice and good. Say hi when you see me. I don't live anywhere. I've been working as an international journalist for the past 2 years before I retired. Okay. I don't live anywhere. I'm just not in Nigeria. It's not Nigeria for me. I don't know anything about Tinubu. The last thing I heard about him was begging the Americans to do something about that visa thing. Nobody's going to the UAE unless they're accompanied. Or you have if you have $45,000, $10,000 in the bank. I imagine. Now you also have to go Middle Eastern countries, Yes, Mohbad does need justice, Khalifa, but you heard what the judge said. Too many content creators. I blame the wife. There's a way the judge wrote it. I blame too many content creators, turning the whole thing into content. He also said, I also blame the wife for not taking him to the hospital. Everybody contributed. If anything, that's where they can charge Wunmi for not taking him to the hospital. But who knows? That's life, oh. That is life. Okay. This nurse, she doesn't want to, I don't know. This nurse. Any other questions? People are refused to leave this life, oh. All you guys in Europe, you have no money. You're just struggling there, wasting your life. I taught you TikTok monetization. You're supposed to be rich. You're supposed to be making 5,000 euros, 5,000 pounds a month. TikTok is like very, very monetized over there, but many of you have not even set up your accounts, nothing. You are not ready. You are not ready. I really want to tell Mr. Aloba. I will try and call him tomorrow. I want to find out if they can appeal a coroner inquest. And was his toxicology test used? Joy Chidi is here with 50 stars. This woman has been supporting me for the longest time, maybe 2 years. Okay. Supporting my health, supporting my work, giving stars. Joy, thank you so much. You say this life is sweet. There's nothing we're talking about. We are in the end now. So to summarize everything, okay, I'm not blaming everything on VDM, but when VDM started interviewing people, I knew there's going to be some really crazy stuff in the verdicts. Like spending now is no longer going to be charged. They're going to put him in charge of the house kind of thing. So I still think spending has to testify about the pharmacy trip. The reason why is because, he went, I don't know if spending knows this, but he went to buy drugs for a dead body. So that's what I can say. Nurse says she's not going down alone. I want to say good night to everybody. I'm tired. This place is just waking up, but I didn't sleep all night because I was going through Nigerian time. What's your question? I didn't see your question. Not everybody has an interest in making money off social media. Yeah, because they're daft. They're daft. They want to be going to work every day. You can sit in your house and be making double what you make at your work. Come on, let's be proactive. I started teaching Facebook monetization, Twitter monetization. I started teaching in 2016. And people were mocking me. So you know how to make money. How come you're still begging online? No brain. Nigeria was not monetized for anything in 2016. So I was teaching people how to do all this stuff, make money on social media and all. Now they're monetized and everybody's on their own. It's really easy. God bless everybody. We'll talk again. Happy weekend and all that. Am I coming to the USA? No, not for now. I'm coming for America 250. And that's next year. And Donald Trump's 88th birthday. My son is performing there. He's Mr. Trump's big fan. 88th birthday of Donald Trump, America 250. My son's concert, we're going on tour, Make America Rap Again. This one that they're arresting all the rappers and everything. So my son's tour name is Make America Rap Again. Donald Trump has given a pardon to 2 or 3 rappers now. It is what it is. Oh. Let me just see something here. I don't know what I pressed. I'm just like... Khalifa monetization, I've already taught it. Go to my YouTube. Go to the playlist. You'll see 5 videos there. Facebook monetization, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Some of you went there, you didn't learn. Some of you don't want to learn. Some of you want to go to work in offices and all that when you can make money. If you're in a strategic location like Europe, France, Germany, Italy, if you're in a place where stuff is monetized, go and learn it. Because when I make those videos private, you won't see them again. Okay? Go and subscribe to my YouTube. And I'm very disappointed. Joy is the only one that always gives me stars. Some of you can also give me stars. Go and learn how to give somebody stars. Okay? Facebook.com and support your independent journalists and your investigative ones, okay? Good night, everybody in Nigeria. Talk later today. I'm going to do some food reels all day.
Àánú yín ṣe mí o, mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìran mi, ẹ̀yin náà mọ̀ pé tó bá sì ń sọ wípé yes àwọn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìran ẹ̀, I'm one of them, bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò yìn mí mo yíra mi, mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìran mi ni mo ṣiṣẹ́ dúró dì sí, mi ò dẹ̀ ní gbé nǹkan tí ò dá wá fún ìran mi ní gbé nǹkan tó máa fún yín ní effect burúkú, mi ò ní gbé wá fún yín. Ṣé gbogbo àwọn product wọ̀nyí kò ní side effect kankan? Àgbo jẹ̀díjẹ̀dí mo ń lò, àwọn ọmọ mi ń lò, àwọn ọmọ mi ń lò. Ẹ máa ya gbogbo jẹ̀díjẹ̀dí, gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń jẹ lábúròdù jẹ̀díjẹ̀dí ni. Ó ń pààyàn lóko, ó ń fa ẹ̀yìn ríro fún yàn, ẹ flush gbogbo ẹ̀ dànù. Jẹ̀díjẹ̀dí ti ṣẹlòmíì dẹni tó pẹ́ ò lè mọ́. Ẹ ya gbogbo jẹ̀dí kúrò lágọ̀ọ́ ara, agúnmu jẹ̀díjẹ̀dí tẹ nídìí lélẹ̀. Ká ya gbogbo ẹ̀ káráyé fúyẹ́, káráyé fúyẹ́ báyìí kẹ́yìn gan máa mọ̀ pé yes, nǹkan jáde lára yín. Òun lélẹ̀ confirm ni. Bákan náà ti manpower. Ẹ má lọ máa gúnra yín lábẹ́rẹ́, ẹ má lọ lo chalk torí ẹ fẹ́ dóbò. Ẹ̀yin ṣáà ti gbélé ìlú ra. Wí bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá níyàwó lé, ẹ lọ wẹ́yàn kan. Ẹ ká fi ṣe kíni? Kẹ́ fi confirm ẹ̀ wò. Bó jẹ́ ìyàwó láńlọ́ọ̀dù yín ẹ mú mọ́lẹ̀. Bó jẹ́ ìyàwó ọ̀gá yín níbi iṣẹ́ má wo póyìnbó ni. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ ìyàwó ẹ̀ dáadáa, ìyàwó ẹ̀ má bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé wàá má sákẹ́ ni yóò mọṣẹ́ ṣe dáadáa o. Òṣìṣẹ́ gidi ló ní Ọlọ́run. Confirm mo sọ fún yín àpáàtì òṣì. Àbí mo parọ́ ni? Kẹ́ mú ìyàwó ọ̀gá yín òyìnbó, kẹ́ gbó dáadáa. Ọ̀gá ò lè sákì yín. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ ló máa sọ fún pé má sákì ẹ o. Ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní ọmọṣẹ́ gidi ni, ọmọṣẹ́ tó mú yes. ọmọọṣẹ́ tó gbójú ẹ̀, ọmọọṣẹ́ tó kátó, ọmọọṣẹ́ tó mọ ẹnu ẹ̀, òun lélẹ̀. Eléyìí ò dẹ̀ ṣe tẹ́ máa lò tán tí iléeṣẹ́ máa wá dìde tí ò ní wálẹ̀ mọ́ láyéláyé. Mo fi ọwọ́ ẹ̀sọ̀yà fún yín, mi ò bẹ́ lọ́hùn kí n pọmọ Yorùbá lára, so I will never bring nǹkan tí ò dáa fún yín. Ẹ ṣe kí ni, ẹ pakuru mọ́, ẹ gbé abẹ́ wọn gbóná dáadáa, ẹ gbó wọn dáadáa. Ẹ rí gbogbo àwọn sugar mommy tí wọ́n ń gbọ́kọ lọ́kọ, ẹ rí tó tún trend lórí TikTok yìí sí, mi ì tí ráyè gbogbo àwọn news yẹn, mi ì tí ráyè gbogbo àwọn yẹn. Kò sí nǹkan tó mú àwọn big mommy tí wọ́n lọ ń gbọ́kọ ọmọ 23 years, torí pọ́kọ ọmọ 23 years yẹn gùdù dáadáa ni, ó ń gbó wọn dáadáa, ó gbé wọn débẹ̀débẹ̀. Ọkùnrin tó lè ní ìyàwó mẹ́ta táwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀dẹ̀ tún jalè lórí, ó yẹ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé gùdù ni, ó ń gbó wọn dáadáa, tó wá lọ mú ìyá 50 something tó lọ gbà mọ́ àwọn mẹ́ta lọ́wọ́. Ó lẹ́tìkẹ́, ó láòdù, bóyá mo ti ẹ̀sìn bá wá gbẹ́nu sí máìkì lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ẹ jọ ẹ wá rà gúnmu manpower. Bákan náà fún àǹfààní gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ sí ìlú Nàìjíríà, tẹ́ bá ní apartment tẹ́ lè lọ́jì sí, ẹ pè mí kí n fún yín ní phone number ilé-iṣẹ́ STR0YED service apartment. Sherry Dairy service apartment tá à ń sọ yìí is a very nice place, very good place. Ẹ̀yin mọ́mì mẹ́yìn dádì mi, ẹ trust me. Mi ò ní introduce ibi tẹ́ máa sanwó yín nù, mi ní introduce ẹ̀ fún yín. STR0YED service apartment is a very nice place. 24 hours light, 24 hours internet, security, kitchen, everything. Gbogbo family tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ fún summer holiday ní Nàìjíríà, ẹ lè lodge síbẹ̀, kẹ́ wà ńbẹ̀, kẹ́ máa ṣe fàájì yín. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa yẹ̀ yín lọ́wọ́ wò, kò sí ohun tẹ́ fẹ́ tí ò sí níbẹ̀. Bí ìpẹ́ wà lábroad náà ni ẹ máa gbádùn bẹ̀. Ẹ máa ṣe better food nínú apartment titi yín. Inú apartment yín ẹ máa ṣe oúnjẹ tó dáa. Each apartment ló ní kitchen, toilet, everything ó wà nínú each apartment. Hot water, cold water ó wà ńbẹ̀. Kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ní rí. Ẹ máa gbádùn ara yín dáadáa níbẹ̀. Kẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe àwọn better oúnjẹ Nàìjíríà tẹ́tí mix, àwọn ògúnfe aláwọ̀, àmàlà tewédú àti gbẹ̀gìrì, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò ẹlẹ́mìí méje, ẹ máa ṣe nínú apartment yín bẹ̀. Kò sí wípé wọ́n lọ bá yín ṣe wọ́n gbé wá. Àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wà ńbẹ̀ tẹ́ máa rán lọ sí ọjà nínú Ìkẹjà ńbẹ̀, just 2 minute drive sí International Mohammed Airport. Kó jẹ́ ẹ̀yin dádì nìkan gan lẹ́ ń lọ, àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wà ńbẹ̀ tó máa bá yín ṣe ọbẹ̀ tó da, oúnjẹ tó da, wọ́n bá yín dish ẹ̀ sínú freezer síbẹ̀. 24 hours light ló wà ńbẹ̀. Kò sí pé mo ṣe wọ́n bá mi ṣe oúnjẹ ó bàjẹ́, àárín náà fi ṣe, kò sí yẹn níbẹ̀. Stand by everything ó wà ńbẹ̀. Oúnjẹ yẹn wà ńbẹ̀, ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ, ẹ gbé ọbẹ̀ yín síta, ẹ microwave sẹ̀, ẹ jẹ bẹ̀tà sẹ̀mí yín, ọkọ̀ yẹn balẹ̀, ẹ gba fresh air. Very nice place, 2 minute drive sí International Mohammed Airport. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ní the phone number wọn láti make enquiry, ẹ pè WhatsApp number mi, or kẹ́ text mi, màá send the phone number wọn sí yín. Very nice place, ẹ trust me, mi ní fún yín lófo. Bí yẹn ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn. Lẹ́yìn yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ra wig, àwọn fine wig mo ní níbí báyìí. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ra àwọn spiritual items, Jésù lọ́ba tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìyanu, kì í ṣe ènìyàn. Àìmọye àwọn ẹlòmíràn ní Lady K, kí láṣìírí ẹ̀? Ọlọ́run ni. Ọlọ́run ni. Ọlọ́run ni. Ọlọ́run yóò dẹ̀ ní dójú tì wá. Ṣé yé àwa èèyàn àìnígbàgbọ́, àìmọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé bó ti tó àti bó ti yẹ ló mú wa ń tojú bọ lé káàkiri tá mọ̀ bí ta fẹ́ yà sí, ta fi ń face oríṣiríṣi challenges. Tá bá pe Ọlọ́run bó ti tó àti lódodo, ẹ gbàgbé. Ṣé rí tí ẹ bá ní ìgbàgbọ́ nínú Ọlọ́run, tí ẹ bá pe Ọlọ́run bó ti tó àti bó ti yẹ, ṣé rí ọṣẹ kékeré tẹ́ ń wò lọ́wọ́ mi, ó máa dàbí ní ńlá lọ́wọ́ yín ni, ó dẹ̀ máa ṣe iṣẹ́ tí ẹ rán. Fún àǹfààní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá need àwọn spiritual items tó confirm, tó mú yes, ẹ pè mí, wí bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ títọ́ Ọlọ́run ni. Any spiritual problem tẹ́ bá ní, àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ lè lò láti fi kojú ẹ̀, ẹ pè mí, ó wà available. Èmi kọ́, Ọlọ́run ni. Ọlọ́run yóò dẹ̀ ní ṣe kíni, kò ní dójú tì wá. Ọlọ́run yóò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ fún ìfẹ́ ọ̀tá. Ọlọ́run yóò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ fún ayé mú. Àwọn spiritual items wà ní ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan tí ẹ lè lò fún àwọn ìṣẹ́gun, ìtúwọ́, ẹ̀bí àwọn àgbà, back to sender, àgọ́bí, kọ́kọ́ dédé máa kórìíra ayé, àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ lè lò láti fi òpin sí àmì ìkórìíra. Ẹlòmíì àmì ìkórìíra ló ń dà láàmú. Ló fi jẹ́ gbogbo ibi tó bá ti ń dé báyìí wọ́n máa ń lé ni. Gbogbo tó bá ti náwó sí báyìí kò ń tó lọ́wọ́. nítorí pé kí ni àmì kórìíra ti wà lára ẹ̀ èèyàn ò sì kí mọ bí táwọn ṣẹ́wọ̀n yìí ti ń wá òun ló fi jẹ́ pé àràgbé láyé ilé ayé ogun èèyàn tó bá dẹ̀ ní ògo ló máa ní ogun òun lọ́rọ̀ ayé yìí mo lọ́gàn èmi tọ́lọ́ ti gbà fún tọ́lọ́ ti ṣe ó wá rò bó lógun bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó jókòó sí ògo tó ní tó ń jẹ́ lójú yẹn ó yẹ kó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àwọn ìkóríta kan wà tí bàtà máa ta onítàn lẹ́sẹ̀ tí ò ní mọ̀ nítorí pé kí ni kò fura kò kíyèsára so gbogbo ẹ̀yin mọ́mì ẹ̀yin dádì àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ lè lò fún spiritual problem àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ lè lò láti fi ṣe ẹ̀bẹ̀ àdúrà kí ogun ṣẹ́ kọ́nà ṣí kọ́nà là kẹ́ ní àṣeyọrí tó dáa kẹ́ ní ọkọ tó dáa kẹ́ ní ìyàwó tó dáa kẹ́yìn àtọkọ yín jọ pé kó má gbọ́kọ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ kó jẹ́ ti yín nìkan lọ́kọ yín máa gbọ́ ó má wà available lọ́dọ̀ Lady K Ìfẹ́ Olúwa show ẹ pè mí kò sí lọ kábọ̀ kankan ń bẹ̀ any country tẹ́ bá wà máa bá yín send ẹ̀ sí èmi ò parọ́ fún migration ohun tí n bá páàkì ni máa sọ fún wọn pé nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni tó bá dẹ̀ ṣí tó máa bá ń bẹ̀ náà nìyẹn so mi ò lè send ẹ̀ sí Dubai kò ṣẹlẹ̀ any country máa bá yín send ẹ̀ sí and mo dẹ̀ fi ń dá yín lójú pé nípa ìfẹ́ olùgbàlà ẹ máa ní testimony ayọ̀ níwọ̀nba ìgbà tó jẹ́ wípé Ọlọ́run ni kì í ṣe ènìyàn ẹ ní testimony ayọ̀ gbogbo òkè ìṣòro yẹn ló máa di ìpẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo ogun tó ń bá yín fẹ́ra gbogbo ogun tó ń dìde sí yín ilẹ̀ alanu á gbé ogun náà mì àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì bojú wẹ̀yìn wọ́n wá ogun Fáráò tí ogun Fáráò ṣègbè sínú òkun pupa bí ogun ayé mi àti yín ṣe máa ṣègbè nìyẹn sínú àdúrà nípasẹ̀ Jésù Kristi ọmọ Ọlọ́run so gbogbo èyí tẹ́ bá need àwọn nǹkan spiritual items oil ni lọ́fíńdà ni nǹkan fà ni nǹkan arọ́bí ni àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ a lot of things tí mi ò lè mention lórí social media tó jẹ́ fún spiritual items nítorí wọ́n lóhun tá a bá fi pamọ́ ló níyì ohun tá a bá fi pamọ́ òun ló níyì so àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ bá fẹ́ fún spiritual items ẹ pè mí ó wà available mi báyìí àdúrà gbogbo wa máa gbà kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní ṣùgbọ́n tàbí títí ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣùgbọ́n èèyàn tó bá ti nígbàgbọ́ nínú Jésù ó máa di aláyọ̀ ni mí èmi yóò máa yọ̀ Jésù láyọ̀ mi ẹ wá bá mi yọ̀ bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn lágbára Ọlọ́run àtẹ̀mí àtẹ̀yìn àjọ kọrin ọpẹ́ àjọ gbégbá ọpẹ́ ọ̀nà wá ṣí ọ̀nà wá là ní agbára Ọlọ́run so bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn ẹ pè mí lórí nọ́mbà tẹ́wọ̀n lójú screen yìí fáǹfààní ẹ̀yin tí ó bá jẹ́ pé nọ́mbà mi ti tẹ́lẹ̀ lẹ́ ń pè nọ́mbà yẹn ti travel out wọ́n ti dì mọ́lé ní WhatsApp office ní Chicago ṣé Chicago ni no Chicago kọ́ California WhatsApp office California ló wà ibẹ̀ lọ́ọ́ tì mọ́lé sí so ọjọ́ tí n bá yéèyàn tó bá wà ní California tó bá lè help mi yọjú sọ́fíìsì wọn fine àbíjọ́ tí inú wọn bá dùn dùndùndùn mo ṣì ń send mail sí wọn up till now èmi náà ò sinmi pẹ̀lú wọn because síìmù yẹn wà very very important sí mi púpọ̀ náà àwọn customer mi síìmù yẹn púpọ̀ náà tó ń bá mi rajà that is why tí mo máa ń yin Ọlọ́run tí mo dẹ̀ máa ń dúpẹ́ lọ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń patronize mi pé ojú ò ní tì yín àdúrà ò ní ṣe titi yín tì ní ríbi láyé yín a lot of people tún bá mi rajà wọ́n tún introduce mi sáwọn èèyàn ó tẹ̀ ní mọ́mì mi kan mo ti miss number wọn wọ́n tún introduce mi sáwọn ti church wọn àwọn èèyàn náà tún bá mi rajà lọ ìyá ojú ò ní tì yín o but mo ti miss number so many people through WhatsApp yẹn so ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi share ètò yìí àwọn èèyàn lè mọ nọ́mbà tí mò ń lò ń sìn ẹjọ́ torí tọlọ́run so gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá need anything ẹ pè mí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ tún mọ àwọn tó ń ṣe kíni tí wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ Ọlọ́run lára Lady K ẹ sọ fún wọn àṣé ó ti ní nọ́mbà tuntun tí Lady K ń lò sí nọ́mbà tó ń lò sí ni ẹ jẹ́ bá mi share fún wọn ojú òní tíyẹn ní nìkan ṣayé yín ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa máa dayọ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run àárí àánú gbà ojú rere ìrànlọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run á wà wá rí ogun Nàìjíríà kò ní já wa ibi ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa ìdààmú ò ní dé bá wa gbogbo àwọn tí bàtà ń ta lẹ́sẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí àwọn wòólì abáwàbòrò òtúra sí gbogbo májẹ̀mú ibi lórí ayé wa ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù á bà á jẹ́ gbogbo májẹ̀mú ta fi orúkọ wa dá ta fi ìyàwòrán wa dá gbogbo májẹ̀mú ibi ẹni mímọ́ Ísírẹ́lì ọ̀gá ògo jùlọ bá májẹ̀mú náà jẹ́ ojú àti èṣù àtàwọn ọmọ ogun ẹ̀ Sátánì àpòfò lórí ayé mi àti yín bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn mi ní wá yín tì ẹ ṣé gan mo dúpẹ́ èmi náà ni Lady K Ìfẹ́ Olúwa show the baby of Yorùbá nation ẹ má gbàgbé láti subscribe sí YouTube channel wa kẹ́dẹ̀ bá mi share ètò Yorùbá nation no going back Yorùbá nation no going back Yorùbá nation no going back àwọn new aṣọ ó wà available ẹ jọ̀ọ́ patronize mi ẹ wọlé báyìí sìn aṣọ òkèlélẹ̀ gown ni aṣọ òkè mo ní wọn lóríṣiríṣi ẹ wọlé báyìí sìn this one is lace with Ankara full stone aṣọ fine gan mu yes aṣọ tẹran láńgò yẹn oh my god tó bá dọ́dọ̀ yín tẹ̀yìn rà mọ̀ pé nǹkan kì í ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ràgò aṣọ láṣọ yẹn ó mu bákan náà aṣọ àwọn daddies gbogbo ẹ̀ náà wà available agbádá senator wears àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà available ẹ ṣé gan mo dúpẹ́ ojú òní tìyìn ire o.